Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the PBF podcast. It is me, Line Jacka, with JK for Heisman, and Mr. Hogmeat. And, introduce yourselves, brethren.
Well, that's JK from Heisman / Patrick here.
Yup. And then, I don't know what the fuck are you doing, Dawson? Hogmeat has some technical difficulties.
Oh, I'm Aaron Rodgers. Play for the Green Bay Packers. I take perk 30s.
I take perk 30s. All right. So this is gonna be our first. This is gonna be we're trying to do this weekly with college football season. For the first week, we're going to do a review and certain other topics for the very first week of college football. All right, let's get into our topics. Mr. Hogmeat, pull out the topics, and let's get into it.
Top 25 recap.
Top 25 recap. Does anyone have the top 25 pulled up? Because I do not have it pulled up.
I think. Okay.
All right, so obviously...
Resting at the top position, you already know.
Alabama.
Roll damn Tide.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll freaking Tide.
And then
Roll Tide.
you got Georgia. The Dogs come in smoking Oregon.
Which it could have went either way. Georgia, I'm actually surprised Georgia wasn't number one because Georgia smoked the Dogs.
Wait, I thought Georgia was number 3. Wasn't Georgia number 3?
No, they're 2.
Ohio State.
Alabama.
No.
Ohio State number 3.
Okay. All right, so we're number 1, obviously Alabama. We're all biased because we're all obviously Alabama fans. We love our Crimson Tide. Okay. All right, number 2.
Dominant Dogs.
Dominant, dude. My second favorite team is Oregon, and they got their asses clapped by Georgia. I'm not proud. I'm not proud to be an Oregon fan. After that showing,
I'm surprised Georgia wasn't first.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure why you have a second favorite team. Like, what are you doing?
That's what you have a second favorite team. You have a second favorite team in the NFL.
In the NFL.
Okay, I can have a second favorite team in college because there's more teams in college.
I don't believe that's right.
It is right. And you know what to be
You're
right.
in Alabama. It should only be Alabama. Oh, damn time, buddy.
Hey, Alabama's number 1. Okay? Alabama's number 1. I'm not saying that I like Oregon more than Alabama. I'm just saying that Oregon is my second favorite team.
In my honest opinion, I do think Georgia should take that number 1 spot.
I agree.
I definitely agree.
Only beat Utah State 55-0.
I actually do agree with that crap. I was surprised they put Bama at 1.
Well, Bama did nothing to Bama did nothing to drop because they beat Utah State handedly. They just dominated the whole game.
Utah State compared to Oregon.
Well,
obviously
Georgia jumped. Georgia was at 3, I believe, last week. So they obviously had to jump. I think Ohio State was number 2. They also had to jump, but they're not going to get the number 1 spot unless the team has a bad showing at number 1. Bama didn't have a bad showing; they had a really good showing, and I think Ohio State was number 2, and they dropped because they beat Notre Dame, but it wasn't handedly like Georgia did to Oregon. All right, who's number 3 for the top 25 this week?
Number 3, we got Ohio State.
Okay, Ohio State. I definitely agree with that because Ohio State, they didn't have the greatest showing in the first half because they were down 10-7 at halftime, I believe. And it's Notre Dame. That was a good team. Notre Dame's it's a pretty good team. It's just they didn't produce offensively in the second half. Who's number 4?
Michigan Wolverines.
Dude,
Now this is the part where I disagree completely.
No, I can honestly agree with that. Michigan looked freaking fantastic. I watched that whole game. Michigan freaking clapped, dude. They were so good.
I don't think Michigan should be 4.
Even if they beat Colorado State. Go
Who's
ahead.
number 5 again, Dawson?
5's Clemson.
I think Clemson should be 4.
Dude,
Clemson, I think.
no.
Clemson had a sloppy start to their game, but then they started like in the second half improving.
Dude, Georgia Tech just didn't show up in the fourth quarter. It was 17-10 at the end of the third quarter, or 24-10 actually, because I think Clemson scored late in the third quarter. Georgia Tech just did not show up in the fourth quarter. So I definitely agree with the Michigan. Go ahead.
Number 6, Texas A&M. Texas A&M going up against what was it?
It was like
I think it was Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sam
Sam Houston. I don't know, man.
honestly, dude, I watched that game. Terrible. Like they had a sloppy start, and then they picked up in the second half. But their biggest problem right now is their quarterback situation. They have no good quarterback.
All right, this next one I watched nothing on them, but the Oklahoma Sooners coming at number 7.
I think Oklahoma did pretty good. I watched a little bit of the game. It was all right.
It says Florida's ranking at number 12. I think they should boost that up to number 8.
I agree.
Who's number 8?
Florida.
Number 8 is Notre Dame.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I thought Notre Dame did an all right showing. They dropped from what was it? 5? Were they 5 last week?
Yeah, they were like 5.
Okay, they dropped 3 rankings. That's fine. Notre Dame, good showing first half, good showing in the third quarter. In fourth quarter, Ohio State just took it away. So I mean, it was all right. I believe it's a good ranking.
Baylor comes in at number 9.
Dude, I did not watch Baylor at all, so I have no idea about Baylor. I don't think anybody in the country.
USC?
I don't even know who they played.
I had no idea who they played.
Here, I'm gonna search it.
I think the only people in the country that watched Baylor play on whatever that it was diehard Baylor fans.
Oh, good lord.
Okay, they play Albany.
Yeah, but nobody watched that game. Baylor versus
it was
Albany.
69-10.
Nice score, but nobody's keeping up with that game. So I mean, Baylor's fine. Well, who's next?
We got USC.
Okay, USC. I saw a graphic this week. USC scored, I think, 60 plus points for the first time since 2008 against Rice. They scored like 69. I think it was 69 to like 7 or something like that. USC had a really good showing.
What's his name? The coach from Oklahoma now that's at USC.
Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley.
Dude, I think he could turn that program.
Dude, as long as Lincoln Riley, they have a different offense. Like USC in the past has been a lot of run heavy, and throw like a play action pass or something. But I think they're going to do good this year. They're the best showing this week in the Pac-12 because Pac-12 was dog water this whole week. But USC had a nice showing, but it was against Rice, so you have to kind of give or take on that. Who's next?
The Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Cowpokes. The Oklahoma State Cowpokes. Nobody watched. I mean, like same thing with Baylor. I mean, unless you're an Oklahoma State fan,
Now,
nobody really watched it.
this next ranking, I got a little bias on the Florida Gators.
Dude.
They should be up.
That was a
Dude, they're
good game.
freaking good.
They come there and handle business against the Utah Utes.
Dude.
No. Florida's legit.
All right, Florida was really good, but the main dude that whole time was Anthony Richardson. I mean, I know he doesn't go by the name, but AR-15 showed out against Utah, man. Like, Utah was really good. They had it, but last-second interception at the goal line. Utah scores, they win the game. But Cam Rising threw interception. I think it was like 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. He threw an interception, sealed the game. Like, that was a really good Utah
I disagree
team.
where they're ranked. I think Florida's really slow.
Dude, I think they were unranked. So, were they unranked? I believe they're unranked.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah,
were.
they were.
So, going from unranked to
Actually, that's probably
12th,
good.
that is a
I
good
thought they were
ranking.
unranked.
That is a good
I thought they
ranking.
were like ranked 23 or something like that.
They jumped up a crap
No,
ton.
I don't think they were ranked.
I'm pretty sure they might have been ranked like 20-something. But anyways, it's jumping from there to 12. It's good ranking overall to me. All right, who we got next?
We have the Utah Utes we just discussed.
Okay, that's fine. Utah
They
was
dropped from like number 7.
They were number 7 to 13. Fine. Tough loss against Florida. Still a really good Utah team. They could have pulled that out. They just had
Be honest,
goal line interception.
before the game that week, I had them winning.
Dude, I had Utah winning that whole game too. But I mean, Anthony Richardson, he pulled off some Tebow-esque kind of moves in that game. That pirouette throw, that was crazy.
I've yawned about like 8 times in this whole thing.
It'd be all right. That's fine. I'm currently drinking a Monster at freaking 11 p.m.
I'm tired. I got off work like 2 hours ago. Filming
Yep.
a podcast.
It's all right. Podcast grind, baby. All right, who's up next past Utah?
The Michigan State Spartans. I didn't really watch them this week.
Michigan State beat Western Michigan 35-13. Fine ranking. Didn't do a good job. I mean, they were all right. They didn't have the best showing. It's Western Michigan.
Nobody gives a shit about this next team, but the next team after that I do want to discuss a little bit. The number 15, the Miami Hurricanes.
Miami did fine. They beat the crap out of Bethune-Cookman, like 70 to something. Tyler Van Dyke did good. That's all right. On to the next.
And to be honest, wait. I want to say one thing about that. That's really good compared to what they did last year because they were terrible.
Facts. Miami was.
Against the Crimson Tide.
Last year they were supposed to be good last year, and they just.
Well, didn't they also start that one quarterback from Houston? I forget what his name was. He was like 5'11", and like he has had a ton of injuries or whatever. And then they put in Tyler Van Dyke halfway through the season, and he went out. Tyler Van Dyke's going to have a really good season, so Miami has some hope.
That guy who first started last year had
What's
one injury. It was.
What is his name, man?
I don't remember it, but he shouldn't have been playing.
He had like an Achilles, ACL, something, meniscus. He had some sort of injury with his leg. But I can't remember what his name was. Houston.
Something King, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was something King. But what's his name, dude? I'm gonna have to think about his name. Dawson, you got anything? King.
I didn't really watch Miami this week.
De'Aaron King. No, last year. Who was it? Who was the quarterback last year? Like when they played Bama.
It was Eric King, I think. Was it not?
There's something King. It was. I think it was like De'Aaron King or something. I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
De'Aaron King, yeah.
Yeah, De'Aaron King. He did all right, but like he got injured. All right, next team. Next team.
This one I'm gonna talk about. The Arkansas Razorbacks coming in at number 16.
Dude.
Coming there against a good Cincinnati team. But they lost like Sauce Gardner and all that.
They lost both of their cornerbacks.
Yeah. Who was the other one?
It was Sauce Gardner and Kobe Bryant. Not basketball Kobe Bryant, but, you know.
Hey.
R.I.P. But,
to be honest, I was disappointed in Arkansas. I thought they would actually be really good this year. Because they had a really good season last year.
I'm not disappointed with Arkansas. Hold on, Brennan. They came out there and competed against a really good Cincinnati team.
I mean, that's true. They were in the playoffs last year. So.
Brennan, I see you're stressing. What do you think about?
I'm still. He's. Patrick's told me this already this week, but how can you be disappointed in Arkansas when they beat a ranked Cincinnati team that was good? They don't have any of their secondary. They beat them in a really tough game. From what I watched, it was like a pounding game. Like they're pounding each other from behind. Like that kind of game. Not that kind of way, but you know what I mean. Anyways,
I just thought they would be legit this year. And I understand Cincinnati got in the playoffs last year, but they lost a lot of players last year.
Dude, it was like they ran the ball the whole game. Is from what I heard. Like it was, KJ Jefferson had 100 rushing yards or more, and then he had 200 passing yards. So KJ Jefferson really did good. And then I think Arkansas's defense stepped up, intercepted a pass from whoever the Cincinnati quarterback is. I have no idea who it is, but they did all right. I mean, it's Arkansas. It's not. They're not going to be, as you call it, quote unquote, legit until I mean, we can say Florida's legit, but I mean it's one game with AR-15 going freaking wild, hog wild. But all right, who's next?
The Pitt
Panthers, dude.
Dude, that's the game of the week.
Game of the week. Oh wait.
That game was so good.
No, I don't know.
I haven't been played since 2011 or 2010.
The backyard brawl. It's top. I don't know if it's game of the week because there's a game we will discuss later in the podcast that could be game of the week that happened on Sunday night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sunday night. That game was insane.
Guys,
All right.
I didn't watch that Sunday. I watched part of it, but then I left and didn't get to finish the ending, so I have to rewatch it. I heard what happened.
Watch the whole game, and it was insane. But we'll get into that later in our later segment. But the backyard brawl, really good game. Pitt did their job, handled their job well. West Virginia's offensive line, doo-doo. They're awful. I feel so bad. What's his name? Who's the guy who transferred from Georgia and USC? What's his? JT Daniels.
JT Daniels.
I feel so bad for that man. He played so good that game. I think the only interception that sealed the game for Pitt, it hit the dude who'd been catching balls all night and getting touchdowns. Hit him in his freaking chest. Hit him in between the numbers. It bounced, and then a cornerback caught it and took it to the house. And then
that won them the game.
Yeah, and he'd been sacked all night. And then he drove down the field, got to the 20, 30-yard line, threw a freaking great pass, made sure the cornerback wasn't going to come behind and intercept it. But it fell a little short, and then that's how they lost the game. But I thought JT Daniels did really good.
They almost caught it to tie the game up. It was so close.
They almost pulled that
so
out.
Close.
That was a really good game. Who's next on the top 25?
North Carolina State.
Dude,
They
don't belong there. Do not belong there. They about lost. They about lost to ECU.
Well, ECU's a pretty talented team.
ECU, East Carolina.
Listen, they have some talent enough to beat North Carolina State, but they shouldn't have beat them. They shouldn't have even got there.
No, listen. I watched the game because it was an early morning game. It was an early afternoon game. Dude, ECU was 2 field goals away from winning that game. They missed it. I think they missed a field goal on with a minute left. They somehow got the ball back, had it with 2 seconds left, called a timeout, and he misses it again. North Carolina State almost lost to ECU twice, and they missed both field goals. That they should not be there. That should be 20.
They shouldn't be ranked.
Yeah, dude, North Carolina State's lucky to be in the win column. All right, who's number 19?
The Wisconsin Badgers.
Okay, I didn't watch any Wisconsin. I heard they did pretty good. But I guess we won't get into that because, I don't think, like I said, Wisconsin fans are probably the only people who watched it. Who's next? Who's number 20?
Oh, Kentucky Wildcats.
I think they're going to be a good team this year.
Yeah. Their quarterback,
they have some talent.
Yeah.
I think they didn't lose a few wide receivers that.
I think they lost one. I believe Wan'Dale Robinson is still there. He's gonna be their number one threat because he's fast. He's like how Kadarius Toney is gonna be in the NFL this year. But
I think this is a pretty biased, actually probably not good opinion. I think they have a chance to upset Georgia.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Georgia's pretty good.
I'd say the season plays out.
Georgia runs the SEC East, in my opinion. Because, the only team that might have a chance is Florida.
Florida, I just think Florida and Kentucky might upset the Georgia Bulldogs. It's like on Alabama's side, you have maybe A&M. Or something like that, but I think
we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into it in a minute. But
yeah,
who's next?
BYU.
Didn't watch it. That'd go next. No one's watching Brigham Young, man.
We got Ole Miss. They stomped the shit out of Troy, I think.
Yeah,
They're gonna be a
they
good
do.
team.
They're all right. They'll be 3rd, 4th, SEC West. Next.
We got Wake Forest. I didn't watch.
Nobody's watching Wake Forest. I don't even think people from Durham, North
Tennessee.
Carolina. Tennessee.
Tennessee handled Ball State with care.
Dude, Tennessee.
Tennessee's gonna be really good. Like, I think they're gonna be a top team in the SEC.
Tennessee, Pitt this week, going to be a good game. Good game.
Tennessee's legit too.
Beat Bama, Georgia good? I don't know about that.
I don't know about that,
That's tough.
but they're a really good team.
All right, was that 25 or is there another one?
The other one's Houston.
No one's watching Houston. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but like these teams,
it's just like we just didn't.
we just didn't watch it. I'm not gonna waste your time.
Yeah.
All right, next topic. What's the next one?
All right, I'm gonna get to biggest games of the weekend. Happened this week.
All right, biggest games of the weekend. All right, we're gonna go top 3 from each of us. Top 3 from each of us.
3. All right, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead,
We go number 1, Pittsburgh and West Virginia.
dude.
That's number 1 game
Of the
number 2.
of the week.
Number 2, I'm gonna have to go Florida State and LSU.
Great
They
game,
played
dude.
A big game, not really a big game, but like they played a great game out there in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Louisiana kickoff. Number 3. I know this might not be seen like, but Georgia and Oregon. That should not have happened.
We'll
That
get it.
should not have- That should not have happened.
I don't want to talk about it. That's. I'm not happy to be an Oregon fan or
I agree.
quote
Like, my
second
list
favorite
is
Oregon fan.
exactly- My list is exactly the same.
Mine's a little different. I mean, there's 2 that's the same: Florida State, LSU, then the backyard brawl, West Virginia, Pitt, and then number 3. I'm probably gonna have to go. I want to go Ohio State, Notre Dame because that was obviously college game day.
College game day. It's kind of a boring game though.
It was all right until like 4th quarter because I mean Notre Dame held them all the way until the end. But my reason,
Notre Dame would have kept up with them until the 4th quarter and made that a game, that would have been.
all right,
Would have been for me.
all right, West Virginia Pitt. Let's discuss that real quick. My personal opinion, I think it's number 2. Honestly, I think it's number 2 game of the week because it was a really good game. But
Yeah, we'll put it at number 2.
put it in number 2.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It's very close, and I need to go back and watch that game. What was it?
Florida State, LSU.
Florida State and
Florida
LSU.
State and LSU, because I started to watch it and then we ended up like I didn't even get to watch it, and then Zach called me like while I was at somebody's house and was like, dude, this game's insane, all this, the ending's insane, all this. So I need to recap on it, but
Let me just give you. So I watched the whole game. Entire game was sloppy. LSU muffed 2 punts, got blocked twice, and that second block field goal came in very important at the end. But it was just a sloppy game for LSU.
I saw the recap where he fumbled it once, and then they got it touchdown from that. Florida State did, and then that block punt at the end to win the game, or field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
For LSU.
So like
LSU won, right?
no, Florida State won.
Oh, Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State won.
I meant Florida State.
Dude, that Florida State looked. They were sloppy too, but they looked really good. I think they're going to do good in the ACC. They might win 9 games this season. Might. They'll do definitely better than they did last year.
If
They can't
go-
do worse.
They keep going on the track, I think they might be bringing this program back from the depths of hell.
Listen, Hog, he has a theory. Whenever Florida State's good, college football is good. So I can
For real.
partially agree with him.
Florida State is doing good. If you can't remember, look back at the 2014 season. That was one of the best seasons of college football I ever watched.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So I think it was when there was Auburn and Florida State who won the PCS championship.
Florida State.
Also, I'm not a Florida State fan, but I love their intro.
Yeah, the Chief, and then the Chief plants the freaking spear in the ground.
Yes.
But also, okay, so here's my thoughts on LSU. LSU's got to step up, man. Mistakes killed them. But
I knew that. Honestly, I have to give them this because they had a lot of players transfer out after, or when what's his face came in there, like a lot, and to even like win that game was surprising to me, to be honest.
yeah,
Because they lost a lot of players.
who are you talking about? LSU?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you remember their top corner, Eli Ricks, he's at Bama now.
Yeah.
Didn't their quarterback transfer or something?
No, he's not playing the season. What's his name? Something Brennan. Miles Brennan or something. He's not even playing this season because he doesn't want to. He's just doing NIL deals and sitting out the whole season. That's the smartest college kid I've ever met in my life. He's not going to get hurt and just going to sit out and make millions of dollars just on NIL deals. The NIL, that's helping him tremendously right now. But LSU, they did. It was the craziest thing, man. I'm telling you. So what happened? The sequence of events in the final 2 minutes. LSU stopped Florida State. Hadn't stopped them all night on third down. Stopped Florida State. Florida State punted. Dude had already muffed a punt. The punt returner already muffed a punt. He muffed it again, but he called fair catch. So Florida State was at like the 10-yard line because you can't advance.
Yeah, I saw that.
Florida State gets to second and goal, third and goal. They run a freaking pitch run, and they pitch it to the running back, and he fumbles the ball. And LSU's at like the 2-yard line, the 2 freaking yard line. They drive all the way down the field. They get to the 1-yard line with 1 second left. Jaden Daniels throws a freaking dot to the back of the end zone. I don't know who it was. I think it wasn't Kashawn Booty or whatever his name was. But he throws a freaking dot to that guy. He catches it. 24-23. Everybody's going insane. Then they line up for a field goal that gets blocked. Dude, the craziest. That's the epitome of college football. Epitome of college football right there. That's why I had it number 1. It was insane. Best game of the week, definitely.
I'm glad Florida State did good because, like, I like Florida State.
I'm just tired of Clemson running the table in the ACC, honestly.
I like Florida State. They're not like one of my favorite teams. My favorite team is Alabama, but I do like Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State's pretty good. All right,
now, I didn't like him when Jameis Winston was in there, but
yeah. All right, so
the table on everybody.
We'll discuss y'all's number 3. Hate to discuss it,
except for
but
Georgia and Oregon. They have some real firepower on that Georgia offense right there.
Dude, Georgia is a scary
They still
team.
brought back some threats on the Georgia defense. That's a scary, nothing but a scary team.
Dude, Georgia is a very scary team.
I
think Alabama and Georgia running the college
Did you
football
see
game.
they're tied in?
2.
Massive.
2.
6'7", 250 pounds.
270 pounds.
Good God.
And he hurdled a defender and then kept going.
He's quick.
And that's not even
Derrick Henry.
that's not even
Derrick Henry.
that's not even their number 1. Brock Bowers is their number 1. He is a freaking tight end body with a wide receiver skill set. Are you kidding me? That Georgia offense is crazy.
Before the season start, I thought honestly Georgia would struggle. Like, I think they would win the game, but I thought they would struggle a little bit, and it would be a closer game. But dude, they hit their stride like last season.
I more thought they would struggle over on defense because they lost a lot of big players out there. But they seem to keep it like Nix threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter.
That's on Bo Nix. I'm going to go ahead and admit it. First interception. What?
Bo Picks right there.
Bo Picks. He was not. The first interception wasn't his fault. It was a really good play by the cornerback. Bo Nix threw a streak route, and Georgia's corner leapt up and grabbed it right out of the air. The second one was completely Bo Picks' fault. They're running a wide receiver screen. All the receivers on the side are running go routes. He fakes the screen and throws it deep, and the safety is reading his eyes the whole time because they're running zone. I saw a video today or something. The literal offensive coordinator is watching that play, and he goes, "No, Bo, no!" As Bo is throwing the ball, and the safety comes up, picks it off, and just like Bo Nix is a problem, dude. They have got to fix him or something.
I know this off topic. You can go ahead, Dawson.
He likes to take the game into his own hands most of the time, which he got Auburn in trouble, and it's already getting Oregon in trouble. They need to change Bo Nix. He needs to change it.
Bo Picks.
Also, I want to talk about Auburn a little later. We don't have to do it right now because they got a transfer from Oregon, but we'll talk about that later.
Listen, Bo Picks, he will never be Jay Herbo. I got a Justin Herbert shirt on. Justin Herbert, my favorite player in Oregon history, probably. Better than Marcus Mariota. Better, I mean, no, I won't say the best player. He's top 3. He's top 3, but he's definitely one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen at Oregon. Bo Nix has got to fix it, dude. He's 0-4. I mean, it might have just been Georgia, but he's 0-4 against Georgia all time. 3 losses with Auburn and now 1 with Oregon. He just can't get away from Georgia, man. Like,
he can't get away.
Georgia is his kryptonite. Yeah. He threw for like. Go ahead, Dawson.
The man literally tries to take the game into his own hands. As you can see, he tried to do it at Auburn. He'll constantly be picked off. He doesn't play. He didn't play well. He tried to take the games in his own hands, and he always loses.
When Bo Nix is having fun, he's good, but he wasn't having fun against Georgia. He was getting clapped behind the back against Georgia.
They were like,
to be honest, he's probably regretting taking a 5th year.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
He could be making at least, he might be making $1 million in the NFL, maybe, if he got drafted.
Well, I mean, he's getting that Milo's tea deal, so I mean, he might be doing all right.
Hey, dude, that's the deal I would want. I'm addicted to Milo sweet tea.
Yeah. But like, anyway. I think Oregon will do all right the rest of the season. I mean, they'll lose to Utah probably. They would lose. I don't know. They don't play USC this year.
Same Oregon you saw last year.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna change.
Yeah. We're probably gonna be a three loss team.
I think the only good thing about Oregon this year is they got cool uniforms.
Oregon always has the best unis. All right, so Notre Dame, Ohio State, my third top. Notre Dame really showed out first half. Notre Dame's defense showed up.
Ohio State is not that good.
But Ohio State was without Jackson Smith and Jigba, their number 1 wide receiver, the whole game. Because he got hit really hard, I think, in the first quarter, and he had like a concussion or something. So he was out the entire game. So you have to look at your number 2, and I think C.J. Stroud didn't get that until the second half. But Notre Dame really did good first half. They were leading 10-7 at halftime, and Ohio State just went to the locker room and just like figured it out. They had set up a new game plan. They figured it out, and we all
know what the coach said.
Yeah. The score is 86-2. If you know, you know.
The score is motherfucking 86. Fucking who? I want to shit.
I might put that. I might put the clip in just to show you, but all right. What's the next topic?
How about the biggest surprises of the week? But you kind of covered that.
Yeah, biggest surprises.
Love it.
Well, we won't discuss it because we already discussed it. Oregon getting their booty cheeks clapped by Georgia.
We'll just recap. Oregon getting absolutely demolished. I was going to say something else. Getting demolished by Georgia Bulldogs.
Are you trying to keep it TV 14, PG 13?
PG 13.
All right.
But then that Florida State and LSU game.
Florida State LSU, definitely. Patrick, you got one?
And number 3, I'll say West Virginia and Pittsburgh.
Biggest surprises? I don't know.
No,
It was a good game.
Not the biggest surprises. It was just.
To be honest, Florida.
Yeah, Florida, Utah. Florida, Utah. The biggest surprises. All right, what's next?
Because honestly, I thought Utah was going to win. But Florida surprised me.
Yeah, Florida's definitely a surprising team in the SEC.
Also, Florida State did. I thought they would be trash again this year, but they're actually not a bad team.
Florida did not waste that $500,000.
500. What are you talking about?
They paid Utah $500,000.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then yeah. Didn't LSU pay Florida State to come play them for like $100,000 or something like that? Paul Feinbaum was talking about it. He's like, why would you pay them $100,000 and then not go for 2 in that moment? Like, I mean, I guess he kind of had a point. So easily, number 1, Oregon getting clapped. Number 2, Florida State LSU. And number 3, that Florida Utah.
We all know Georgia was going to win that game, but just to lose to that much, with that point distance.
I thought it was going to be a competitive game. Like,
I thought it was until I thought they would be a dogfight for the first 2 quarters maybe, but then after halftime, the dogs would just come out.
That's the same thing. I thought that the Oregon was going to keep up, maybe like a 14-14 game at half or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a competitive game, yeah.
And then Kirby Smart comes out and it's like Nick Saban says, let's go beat their ass. And then they go hog wild on them.
Kirby Smart come out and was like, I'm bad man. And just beat the shit out of them.
That man learned from the best. You got old Nick Saban, baby.
Georgia just replaced a bunch of dogs on defense with a bunch of other dogs.
They the dogs.
They the dogs.
Honestly, if it keeps going the way it's going, I think that SC championship game is really going to depend on who makes the national championship.
I think that
Alabama and Georgia are probably going to make it back.
To be honest, it might be just a repeat from last year.
Yeah.
Hopefully not the dogs win, but
I don't think it's going to be the same national title. I do think it's going to be a dogfight in the SC championship.
Roll Tide. That's all I gotta say. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Roll
All
Tide,
right.
baby.
Next topic.
And by the way, we are Bama fans, and we do live in the state of Alabama, so we have all the right to say Roll Tide.
Yeah.
And
If you don't like Alabama, then fuck you.
Also, we do not fuck your cousins. Want to put that on the table?
We might.
Actually, I don't know. There's some crackheads out there that do that.
We might. That's. I plead the fifth.
Dawson might, but I don't.
Hey.
Hi, we don't.
Secret.
Just because we're from Alabama doesn't mean we fuck our brothers. We fuck our cousins.
I might have the London look because I'm redneck. Doesn't mean I fuck my cousin.
Fucking London look. The London look. All right, now we've skewed off on the Alabama incest topic. What's next?
Best players of this week.
The best players of this week.
I really think it was that Florida QB.
Anthony Richardson, AR-15. Even though he has denounced that name, AR-15, for obvious reasons. But Anthony Richardson definitely was good.
I wouldn't say he's the best player of the week, but he's the most surprising player of the week.
Yeah.
But Bryce Young.
Bryce Young,
was
yes.
a stud.
He come up there,
I mean,
showed up.
he
showed
freaking.
out. The thing is, you got to think though, they played Utah State, which is kind of.
I mean, that is true, but like, his stats were crazy. And one thing about Bryce Young that I liked the most about this game was he ran a lot more. Now, I don't want him to become a running quarterback, but last year in situations when he could have ran for a touchdown or ran for a first down or ran to get out of a situation, he either threw it away or took a sack.
Or like,
even
yeah,
though
or,
he's a mobile quarterback.
or he would force
You
it.
didn't see it. You didn't see it in the first half. Bryce Young trying to move out of the pocket, and then he wiggles his way, throws like a 15, 17-yard dot, and I think it was like his tight end or something down there. I couldn't see because I was at work watching the game, but I didn't really see it. Like good. But I saw him he was really elusive in the pocket, which I really liked out of Bryce Young.
Yeah. I feel like Bryce Young, he's going to be an improviser this year because I heard the offensive line isn't that good.
Yeah, O-line did trash.
I need to pick that up. But I really hope Will Anderson wins a Heisman this year. I really do.
That would be awesome.
Will Anderson is
the
a
thing
beast.
is, he probably won't, but here's the thing. Our O-line needs to step up, especially when we go against, like, a really good D-line, like Georgia or something. Because
Tennessee will be our biggest issue probably. Tennessee is going to be.
Our O-line was terrible.
Yeah. If you can let Utah State get back there, then there's something. I mean, I don't even know if they have a nationally recognized.
I'm just saying, if they make it the whole season, they go up against the Dogs, they're gonna get their ass beat in. I'm just saying, their ass beat in.
Here's the best player to me. What's his name? Crap. Georgia quarterback. What's his name? I forgot. Stetson. Sequavius Bennett the fourth. That dude went off. Oregon, they have two of the best linebackers in the country.
I didn't get to watch that game.
Their corners was good. Their secondary is usually some of the best in the country too. They made them look like I said, like little boys playing against a grown man. Sequavius Bennett the fourth. Like they might have been just a bunch of little short completions, but like he ran around, improvised, all sorts of stuff, and he just throwing dots all game. He had like 300 yards and almost a 90% completion percentage. He went crazy, dude. Like,
I didn't get to I was listening to it and I was trying to watch it a little bit on my phone, but I was on my way to Tuscaloosa. The game, so I didn't get to really watch it. But I listened to the first half, and then all of a sudden they're like up 21 points. I'm like, what the crap?
Yeah. If Stetson Bennett keeps this up, he's definitely the Heisman front runner to me. He went crazy. Patrick, did you say that Anthony Richardson was your top player, or did you say Bryce Young?
I said Bryce Young.
All right, and then Dawson, you said Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Okay.
AR-15.
All right, AR-15, Sequavius Bennett the fourth, and then Bryce Young. So next.
Go ahead. This was the thoughts on Bama.
Oh wait, one more thing. Jamar Gibbs. He's a beast.
Jameer Gibbs, yeah, he's Jameer. Is it Jameer? What? Jameer or Jamar?
It's like Jameer or Jamar. I don't know.
Our running back for Alabama, I didn't really get to see him a lot. I was more focused on Bryce Young.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah. So he was good.
He's more of a. He reminds me a lot of Alvin Kamara. He's an elusive back. He's not a power back, but he's super fast.
Oh yeah, I think they did a comparison. I was watching the game and they said he was like an Alvin Kamara because he catches the ball, and like Alvin Kamara does a lot of that in the NFL. He's not the fastest back, but he knows how to be patient, get in the holes, and just go out wide and catch certain swing passes and stuff. What was it? Crap, I was going to say something, but I forgot. So, what do you think about the Heisman runners? between the three: Anthony Richardson, Stetson Bennett, and Bryce Young. If you had to put them in a Heisman, do you think they're Heisman worthy right now? Just off of one game.
Well, I would put, honestly, if we have to do it now compared to games, because they all had outstanding games, I would say either Stetson Bennett first or Florida's quarterback, whatever his name is.
Anthony Richardson
first. Either they're going to be in first or second, those two, and then Bryce at 3.
Yeah.
The reason is because of what type of opponents they played.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama played Utah State. So.
Yeah. If Anthony Richardson can run the table and win, be competitive in every game, and then beat Georgia with an upset, and then go crazy, Heisman. Like Johnny Manziel did in 2012. If Anthony Richardson can do that, Heisman. If Stetson Bennett runs the table and just goes crazy this year, Heisman. Bryce Young goes crazy. I mean, they're all potential to be Heisman players. C.J. Stroud, I think he was the front runner or second. He didn't do. He was all right. He didn't like shock and awe. He didn't like surprise me, I guess. But Sequavius Bennett the fourth. That's my Heisman front runner right now.
The person who I'd like to see to win though is Will Anderson.
Yeah, Will Anderson. I think he deserves it more than anybody. Even though he's a defensive player, that man's an absolute unit on the field.
Defensive players get no love, man. Desmond,
they really don't.
I think Desmond
I'm
Howard.
a defensive guy, though.
Yeah.
Like Aiden Hutchinson last year, he went off. He got a Heisman vote. Got some Heisman votes, but I really want Will Anderson or something to win that Heisman trophy.
I think Will Anderson had more votes than he did. Aiden Hutchinson had less votes than freaking Will Anderson. That's how good he played. Will Anderson led the whole country in sacks last year with 17.5.
I don't remember how many tackles he got
That's
Saturday,
NFL caliber,
but
baby.
he had a hell of a game. I know that.
Yeah, I believe he had 6 or 7 tackles for loss, and he didn't get a sack because I believe Utah State just kept on around. I think they took him out at halftime. I wasn't for certain. If you don't,
he didn't play much.
Yeah, if you didn't hear, Patrick did go to the game this Saturday, so he's our Bama knowledge right now. He's our newscaster for that.
No, he didn't, which was weird. He didn't play the whole game, which is great, honestly, because
you don't want him to get hurt. Don't want him to get hurt.
You don't want to get him hurt, but honestly, you can. Wow, I don't remember his name. Hold on. There's this really good freshman we got at defense, like the same position as Will Anderson. And dude, he's only a freshman, and he's a freaking beast.
Who's number 15? Who was number 15? The other defensive end.
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he went off. I don't know what his name was.
He's a freshman, dude.
That dude's a freshman.
Dallas. I thought it was Dallas.
Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner. Yeah.
He's a freshman or sophomore. He's really young.
I think he's a sophomore. I don't know if he's a freshman, but he did really good.
Patrick, who did you say was in your class at Tuscaloosa?
Oh, by the way, Patrick also goes to the University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
He's in my online class, but he plays on defense.
Cornerback or safety?
No, I don't know why the hell I said that.
Mika Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, Mika's on team.
Was it Kool-Aid McKinstry?
No.
Anyways, Patrick will think about it. But there's a guy in Patrick's class that plays for Alabama.
Dude, I swear to God, I know the name in my head, but it's just, I can't.
I do too.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Malachi Moore.
Malachi Moore. Yeah.
Number 13.
Yes. If so, Patrick, whenever he heard about that, he went up to Malachi Moore and said, "Can I get an autograph?" Yeah. Patrick was fanboying, even though it was an online class.
It's only an online class. And honestly, I haven't seen any players on campus since I've been there.
You think you're gonna see players? You're not gonna see players, buddy.
Dude, they probably in their facilities doing homework and shit.
Dude, they in their facilities grinding.
For real. Have
All
no
right.
time for school.
No, dude, I don't see how they did. They end up with 4.0 GPAs, but they might have like cheat classes. Just, if you think about it, a lot of the Bama players, they don't have time for a simple school task.
Dude, they already think about the NFL. You think they give a shit about school?
No. Look at Bryce Young has over $1 million worth of NIL deals. You think he gives a shit about civic history?
Bro could drop out.
Yeah.
And I think, most of college football players, they do communication degrees.
Yeah.
Like Bryce is a communication degree. I think Will Anderson is too. And I'm pretty sure
Some of them do marketing. I know they do that. Like
Malachi Moore wants to, like what I read on my class, he wants to open like football facilities in Birmingham.
yeah,
I don't know if he's doing some kind of sports, like something.
that seems pretty cool. That'd be cool of him to do, I guess.
Yeah, he'll probably be in the NFL.
Yeah.
Well, they'll give him money to do that.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Hogg, what's our next topic?
I really already went over this with the thoughts on Alabama, but what are the thoughts on Bama, Texas this week? This coming
Bama, Texas.
Sadly, I'm missing that game because of stupid job.
Horns down, baby. Horns down. Texas is
Going
gonna.
to Texas, Patrick, why would you go all the way to Texas?
Huh?
You mean
missing that game.
he's missing watching it. He's not missing going.
Watching it work, that's what I do.
I don't know if I can because I have to go to job training where all my freaking managers and bosses.
Patrick has to go train about watching old men not die and watching little kids not drown. Just so you know.
Yep.
But
Stupid.
my opinions, Quinn Ewers might be good. Might have a decent game. Bama wins.
Dude.
Bama wins 42-17.
I think Bama beats the shit out of them, but I think Texas will be.
Bama whoops their ass. Roll Tide.
But Texas will be a good team, I think.
I'll show them what it's
eventually.
like in the SEC.
Especially with Sarkisian.
Dude,
Also,
give him the SEC treatment.
Bama's about to roll into Texas. They better show them what the SEC is all about.
oh
They
yeah.
ain't ready for it.
Also,
They got
I'd like
bend them
to.
over, pull their pants down, and profusely pulse into them.
Also,
For 4 quarters, I'm going
Hogmeat special report.
Alabama.
Texas is about to take some nasty back shots from Nick Saban
Horns down, baby. Horns down.
and the Alabama Crimson Tide.
dude. So apparently Steve Sarkisian came out and said like, watch for the upset or something like that. And
Okay, but that's fuel to the fire, baby. Fuel
and
to
guess
the
what? They had that like hanging up or something at practice or playing what he said at practice for motivation. So I'm just saying this. Good luck, Texas. You got Will Anderson coming for your ass.
Texas fans out there, I'm sorry to say, but you are about to brutally be slaughtered on the battlefield of the Crimson Tide. You're going to own that stadium. They're going to own you. Horns down, baby.
Dude, Saban's about to come in there. Listen here, Sark. We're about to bring in a team of massively huge individuals and completely tear your ass in half. And by the end of this game, Quinn Ewers is going to want to be towed back to fucking Ohio State. So enjoy this game.
They don't know what's coming. I better roll
Another
in.
thing for their
Guys, come
upcoming
in, and you're
Arch
in the
Manning
rain.
quarterback. Say it now.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Arch Manning is going to Texas over Alabama and Georgia and wherever else he's going.
I don't care that he didn't come to Alabama, but he's overrated. I'm gonna just say it.
He's going to Texas. Arch Manning committed to Texas.
He's overrated.
Play anyway.
I think Arch Manning is all right. He's going to be like a.
I don't think he's like his grandfather or his dad or.
His
Sorry,
dad's
my
Riley.
dad, but,
His dad's Riley, I believe, or Cooper.
Yeah, his uncles or whatever. I don't think he's gonna be as good as them, but
I mean, he looks pretty good, but there's some games where he looks decent.
He picked the wrong team. He picked the wrong team.
I think he just went there because
made him an elite quarterback. Yeah.
You got to realize something. Bama's already got a really good backup. That one guy, he's a freshman, sophomore.
We didn't talk about that. He played and he did really good.
Well, he played in this Utah State game. See, I didn't watch the Bama game after halftime.
Well,
because Bama's already up 41-0. I was like, I ain't watch it.
he played, but he overthrown some balls.
Well, that's going to come with any undergraduate or underclassmen. Because I mean, you have to kind of time those passes right with your receivers.
He looked really good. He reminds me of Cam Newton. He has the size of Cam Newton. He's huge, dude. He's massive.
Well, Bryce Young has, I believe, 2 more years. He's a sophomore this season.
No,
right?
Not. He's a junior.
Oh, he's a junior? Oh, okay. Okay, so if Bryce Young goes to the NFL this year, we might have a good quarterback next year. Again. I mean, so the guy's a freshman this year. He's definitely on a red shirt because red shirts, they don't play. So he's going to be a sophomore next year. He'll have 2 years. And I think Arch Manning, he was like, man, I'm not trying to sit behind some dude. So, I mean, Texas has Quinn Ewers. I mean, he might decommit because if you think about it, Quinn Ewers committed after Arch Manning committed. Or he transferred to Texas after Arch, I believe after Arch committed.
I'm surprised he didn't go to Ole Miss, to be honest. I thought that's where he was going.
Dude, I thought Ole Miss, if Jackson Dart plays good, they might be good this year. Honestly.
Ole Miss is... Lane Kiffin is a really good coach. I like him a lot.
But with Alabama, Texas, watch our next podcast to see how we think about the game, and we'll give you a couple thoughts on the game after that. Is there another topic?
We didn't talk about this, the Heisman hopeful, so we'll move into the next one. Predictions for the week.
Let's just do I think top games of the week. Anybody got them pulled up?
Oh, I can do it.
I believe Tennessee Pitt is one. Obviously Alabama Texas, we've already talked about that, so we don't have to talk about that one. What else is there?
Okay, so we got South Carolina and Arkansas. They're both 1-9.
South Carolina, Arkansas. All right.
And South Carolina did really good last week. Like, they beat the piss out of I know it was a no-name team, but
Georgia Southern.
Yeah, it was like. Hold on, let me find it.
Wait, was it week 0 or this past Saturday?
I think it was Saturday, and
I
looked it up. Hold on.
They were losing at one point to Georgia Southern, and then Spencer Rattler apparently was going off.
I wouldn't say piss as I look at the score, but it was 35-14.
Okay, so they didn't let him score. Okay, that's all right then. So So we have Tennessee, Pitt, South Carolina, Arkansas. What's next?
There's not really many good games.
Alabama, Texas.
We've already talked about that though, so we don't have to talk about that. Is there one more game we can talk about that's relevant?
Oh, Kentucky and Florida.
Kentucky, Florida. That'll be a good game. Give us
Baylor and BYU.
All right, Baylor, BYU, and there's one more, isn't there? One more that's really relevant. If you can't, then that's fine. Just talking about 4 of the top 4, or 4 of the top games. It is. All right, let's just do top 4. So, what's your opinions on Tennessee and Pitt?
I think Tennessee wins.
Tennessee wins. What do you got, Hog?
I'm going with Pitt because I think it's going to be like the same game as like
Backyard brawl.
I I think it's gonna be a close one, but I think they're gonna pull it off. I'm gonna give my score prediction. 31-28, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pitt. Okay, Pitt winning. Pat, what do you think the score is going to be? Tennessee, Pitt.
I'd say around the same score as Dawson.
31-28.
I think it's gonna be a decently high scoring game.
So decently high scoring. So what do you got? Like 38-35 ish.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my thoughts. Tennessee balled out against Ball State. Pittsburgh about lost to West Virginia. They were one pick away from losing, or they picked off one pick. They got one interception, and they about let the dude score. So I have Tennessee winning by 10. Tennessee winning by 10. It's going to be high scoring defense. I hadn't heard anything about defense. Defense for Tennessee has not been good apparently, and I mean Pittsburgh allowed 30 points against West Virginia, who has no O-line, and they have the best player was JT Daniels. You have Hendon Hooker, and I believe there's two other big wide receivers for Tennessee, and they're just trying to go deep, I think, because Pittsburgh played a lot of man. So I'm going 42. No, I'm going 45-35 Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to be a problem this year. Not against Bama, obviously, but you know that's a different story for a different day. Florida, Kentucky. What's y'all's score predictions for that?
I honestly,
first off, they're going to the swamp.
Wait, it's in the swamp. It's in the swamp.
Is it in the swamp?
Looking. Let me find it again.
If it's in the swamp, Florida wins. Florida at home is a different animal. I mean, Kentucky has beat Florida in the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's at Bend Hill Griffin State.
The swamp. It's at the swamp. So Florida wins. AR-15 if he goes off again. Will Levis is the Kentucky quarterback. If he has Wan'Dale Robinson and Chris Rodriguez, they'll keep it competitive. It'll be a close game.
I agree.
So I think it's going to.
I agree with the same thing. Kentucky's a good team, and they're gonna keep it a close one. But I think that since it being in the swamp, and they're gonna have a tough time down there, I think they're gonna pull off just by a few points.
28-24. 28-24 Florida is my prediction.
I'm gonna give it a 24-21.
24-21. Game winning field goal, or just like they just couldn't keep up?
Game winner.
Game winning field goal by Florida.
Yeah. Or
all right.
Winning touchdown, 28-21, something like that.
Okay. Pat, what you got?
28-31.
31-28?
Yeah, whatever.
Florida? Okay.
Know. I'm going to go for the upset, Kentucky.
31-28. So, all right.
In the swamp.
In the swamp.
I'm going to go against the odds.
Are we writing these down? Because we need to keep up with something. We're going to have like a prediction board.
You got it recording, Brennan.
Okay.
You literally just look back at the recording.
Yeah, true.
And if people comment, they can be like, all right, that's the score. That's, you know.
All right, yeah. All right, what was the next one? BYU Baylor? Baylor wins. I don't know that. Baylor wins.
I don't even want to discuss it. Baylor.
Is there any big Big Ten games going on this week?
Let's look.
In Alabama, 56-0.
Like I said, I think it's going to be like 42-17.
I mean, Penn State plays Ohio, which are both 1-0, but I think Penn State beats the shit out of them.
Ohio Bobcats or Ohio State?
Ohio Bobcats.
Oh, I was about to say, how is that not game of the week? Freaking Ohio Bobcats.
Big Ten.
I would say Penn State.
If you want me to define the week of the Big Ten games, Michigan plays Hawaii.
Hell yeah! I got Hawaii pulling up the upset, man.
They're 0-2.
Nah, I'm kidding. Hawaii lost to Vanderbilt, so they're going with 0 wins this year. 0.
Ohio State plays Arkansas State. There's not really.
Let me go on a tangent real quick. Vanderbilt 2-0, and it's put up more than 100 points combined.
That's this week's their test to see how legit they are.
Who are they playing?
Wake Forest.
Vanderbilt. Okay, Vanderbilt plays Wake Forest.
Which they're ranked 23 this week.
If Vanderbilt pulls off an upset against Wake Forest, Vanderbilt, they might finish not at the bottom in SEC East.
They ain't beating Bama.
Maybe they're not just a
I ain't beating
medical school.
Yeah, Vandy's honestly surprised me. I mean, they'll obviously.
Well, they'll be surprised like in later weeks when they come out Tuscaloosa.
When they play wait, we play Vandy this year?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Vandy will win 5 games this year.
We play them week 4.
They'll lose all their SEC. If they lose, I think they win 1 SEC game. And it might be against South Carolina or Missouri. Missouri finishes bottom of the SEC East.
I know I'm going a little ahead, but watch for Georgia South Carolina game.
Georgia South Carolina, is that like 3 weeks?
That's
week 3. Week 3. Okay.
I think that's going to be a really good game.
We'll discuss that next podcast. Was there another game that we could decide on?
Well, not really.
Okay. So we discussed our top 3, right? So it's Florida, Kentucky, what else was it? Tennessee, Pitt, and there was another one.
Alabama, Texas.
So Alabama, Texas. All right. Is there another topic, Dawson, or was that the last one?
That was the last one.
Okay.
How about the NFL games this week, baby? Go Pack, go. And I'm my second favorite team in the Utes is the Buffalo Bills.
I don't want to talk about NFL because my favorite team.
The Bears.
My favorite team is the Bears, and the Bears are gonna lose every NFC North game except for maybe one game against Detroit.
Green Bay's going up to Minnesota. We lost Devontae Adams.
I'm not gonna cap.
Those closer down there.
My favorite team's the Patriots, and I'm really worried about them. I don't know if they're gonna be good. But the team that I think is gonna be legit and really good is the Dolphins. And if Tua doesn't do his job this year, he's done.
Dude, Green Bay Packers are gonna go to the playoffs and lose the opening game in playoffs and then be sent home. That's about Packers season.
You should be used to that by now, though, because that's happened like every year.
Every damn season.
I mean,
Like
I can't say nothing because the Bears haven't made the playoffs since the double doink in like 2016.
And I can't say about the Bills because they can never make the damn Super Bowl.
Bears haven't won a Super Bowl since 1985. So, yeah. Wait, when's the last time have the Bills ever won a Super Bowl? I know they went to 4 straight and lost all 4. I don't know if they have. But anyways, if
the Falcons are going to do better this year too.
If the Bears lose every one of their conference games, they need to just tank. I mean, Miami tanked for Tua, so I mean I don't think we tank for Bryce because we already have a good quarterback in Justin Fields. I think we tank for some help offensively. So I'm going running back, wide receiver.
Help offensively and defensively.
We need help all around. Like that front office has been just terrible. I mean, no, they picked up a lot of people off the waiver wire. They got who was that guy that Alex Leatherwood? They picked up Alex Leatherwood from the Raiders. That might be a good pickup for the Bears. Pray for me and the Bears on Sundays.
For Devontae Adams with the Raiders.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's going to be the end of the podcast. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like, sub to the channel. PBF Sports, baby. Peanut Butter Friday Sports. That might be
I didn't know what that meant.
If you didn't know, PBF means Peanut Butter Fridays, baby. We're all three ready for Peanut Butter Friday. We all have our jars ready. We're about to get lit with some peanut butter, baby. Anyways, make sure to comment. Make sure to comment what you want us to talk on next. If besides just a regular weekly college football podcast, if you want to have us talk about anything or make certain videos, just let us know. Also, go sub to JK for Heisman. Go sub to Mr. Hog Meat.
And the wrong directions, dumbass.
You're pointing the wrong direction.
Well,
on our screen.
on my screen, I'm pointing. This is JK, and this is Hog Meat. So, and on the recording, this is y'all right here. And go sub to Mr. Linejacker's channel. More subs than both of them, so you know I'm the best.
Also, after football season,
I might start posting again.
Also, one thing where y'all need to comment is when football season's over, we'll obviously, cover.
Give your predictions.
We'll also cover, big sports, football news, college football news in the off season and NFL offense. But
baseball sucks ass. We're not discussing that.
Also, do y'all want us to discuss basketball, NCAA?
Let's just. Hey, NBA's good, man.
No, we can discuss NBA. Patrick.
I don't watch NBA.
Patrick doesn't watch NBA because his favorite team's Atlanta. So.
My favorite team is not Atlanta.
Well, who's your favorite team in NBA? I've never asked you that.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know.
He doesn't have everyone. Okay.
My favorite player is the guy that just got traded to the Timberwolves, or not Timberwolves, but
Cleveland.
Colin Sexton.
Oh, Colin Sexton's your favorite player?
I like him.
No wonder you hate the NBA. If you like Colin Sexton.
I don't know. I really don't have a favorite team in the NBA. I need to get into it more, but
yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Memphis Grizzlies, and yes, I'm a bandwagoner of the goddamn Golden State Warriors. Screw you, suck it.
Well, cause like I like the MLB and I watch it sometimes.
I've been watching the Warriors. I've been watching the Warriors ever since Curry got in the league. So.
All right.
They built a dynasty. So.
If you want to hear us talk more about the NBA, MLB, UFC,
I'm not talking about no damn baseball.
Backyard boxing,
boring ass shit.
Hand slapping, lingerie football league, the freaking bowling championships, hacky sack, ESPN 8, Ocho, anything, literally anything. Just let us know in the comments. Let us know.
Are we gonna give our predictions to the Dog Super Bowl at the end of the year?
Yes. What? All right. Anyways, we're getting off.
The
wait.
Puppy Bowl.
I forgot about that one. Yeah. If you want to hear us talk about the f***ing Puppy Bowl, let us know. We love the Puppy Bowl. All right.
I don't care.
Mr. Hogmeat, give us the outro. Give us a little hog squeal.
Also, never mind.
I'll give you an outro.
Give us a hog squeal for the outro. Alright, peace out. See y'all.